Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you subscribe. So today's video, I'm doing a natural nail overlay with builder gel in a bottle, and I hope you enjoy this video. So I'm going to show you the products that I'm using. To prep the nail, I'm using IBD Dehydrate and Young Nails Protein Bond. I'm using Madam Glam's base gel. I'm using builder gel in a bottle in pure Serenity. That's their clear. I'm using their gel polish cheek to cheek. I'm going to be using Caption regular nail polish in swoosh, and Madam Glam's top coat. The plate that I'm using is by Born Pretty. That is plate L043. So I've already pushed back my cuticles and I've already took the shine off my natural nails. I did remove a set and I didn't take the previous gel all the way to my natural nail. I just took it to a very thin layer. So I'm going in with 1 coat of the Dehydrate and 2 coats of the Protein Bond and letting those dry in between coats. This is my first time using Madam Glam's base coat, builder gel, and top coat. So you can see here the base coat's a medium consistency, and I'm just gonna go in each nail and apply a thin layer and avoid my cuticles and sidewalls. If anything gets on my cuticles or sidewalls, if anything gets on your cuticles or sidewalls, just go ahead and either go in with a brush or an orange wood stick and get that off. Madam Glam suggests you cure everything. All the products that I'm using today, their suggested cure time in a UV LED lamp is 30 seconds. I do have a UV LED lamp, however, I cured everything for 60 seconds. So this is their builder gel in a bottle, and this color again is pure Serenity, and you can see this is a really thick builder gel. And with the base coat, I didn't mention this, but the base coat and the builder gel, very low odor. It doesn't really have much of a smell to it, which I did like. So what I'm doing here is just going in with a thin layer. I'm not really trying to build up the nail because my nails are pretty short, so I just want to add just a little bit of strength to the nails before I add the color. So I'm going in with a thin layer, and you'll see me do that on each of the nails. I do flash cure after painting each one for about 10 to 15 seconds. I did edit that out of the video. And also what I'm doing as well is making sure that it's still a smooth surface, because I'm not really building this up, I'm more so just painting it on. It's not giving me very many lumps and bumps, but you still want to look at the nail from different angles to make sure that you've applied the product evenly. So if you find that you haven't applied the product evenly, just go in and either paint on some more of the builder gel or just build that nail up. Again, I'm just doing very thin layers because I don't really need to add too much bulk. Just want to add a little bit of strength to my natural nails. So I have cured everything. After I flash cured each layer, and then after I was done with all the nails, I did cure everything for a full 60 seconds. I wiped off the sticky layer, and now I'm just going in with 100. It's the file I'm using is, the side of the file I'm using is 100 grit, and I'm just going and straightening up the side walls, filing on top of the nail, making sure it is smooth, that there are no lumps or bumps. And you can see here, this is very easy to file. I did speed this up just a little bit, but I'm not really applying a lot of pressure with the file. And to clean up my cuticle and to seal in my side walls and cuticle area, I'm going to go in with this drill bit and my E-file. And I had the speed on 3, so 3,000 RPMs. Builder gel is very, very soft. And this is an extremely soft builder gel, as white. Feels like a little bit softer than other builder gel in the bottles. So you really don't need to go in with high speed or very coarse drill bit, or if you're gonna do hand filing, you don't have to apply a lot of pressure. So and then after I do that, I am buffing it with this buffer. It's a 180 100 grit buffer, and the side I use is the 180. So the buffer helps me also smooth out that cuticle area, and then smooth out the entire nail overall. I prefer to use the buffer around the cuticle area and side walls, because using the hand file, even if you prep the hand file, you can still cut yourself. So I like to use the buffer to go over this area. And once I have the shape I like and the surface is smooth, I move on. So on this nail, I did get a lot on my sidewall, so I just push back that skin, and if it's not separating from the skin, I'm not gonna force it. What I'll end up doing is just moisturizing that skin with some cuticle oil, and then wash my hands a few times and then let it separate that way. So I was able to actually file a lot of it off, but you just want to do your best to avoid this. So when I remove this set, I'm likely to have lifting there, because that's where I did mess up and get the product on my sidewall. Unfortunately, I didn't remove it before I cured it. I didn't see it. So yeah, you just have to be careful not to get that product on your skin, and don't force it off. If it's not separating from the skin, you just kind of gotta leave it, because you will end up pulling off your skin, cutting yourself, getting an infection, whatever. So just leave it, and then wash your hands a few times, use your cuticle oil a few times, and then that product will eventually lift off. If you're not able to file it. I was able to get most of it off with the hand file and that drill bit, the safety bit that I was using, but I did have a little bit left over, and so I just left it for now. And again, I'm just going over the entire nail with the buffer, just smoothing everything out. And again, this product's very soft, so you don't have to apply too much pressure. So after everything has been shaped and buffed, I am just cleaning off the surface of the nail, making sure there's no no oil or no leftover dust on the nail. And I don't do this step all the time, but I am going to do it this time, and that's adding the protein bond or primer before I apply the gel polish. The reason I did it this time is Madam Glam is kind of a thick gel polish, so I do go in with thin layers, but just to be sure that I don't have any peeling away, I did go in with the protein bond. The thing about adding protein bond is even though this is a soak off product, it's not going to soak off as easily. Generally, I just file everything off. I never file anything all the way down to my natural nail. If I want to take off 100% of the product, I would soak it off, but because I always leave that thin layer of product when removing my set, I just file everything off. So just keep that in mind when you're using protein bond, how you're going to be removing your set, and keep in mind how the consistency of the polish. The thicker the polish, you do run the risk of having wrinkling and just having that polish separate from the nail. So again, that's why I use the protein bond in this set. I am just going in with thin layers, and you could see here, even though the layers are pretty thin, you still get a very good amount of coverage with this polish. Again, this color is cheek to cheek. What else can I say about the application? Oh, again, with the application, either go in with the orange wood stick, a brush, or your nail, and then just remove anything that's touching your sidewalls or your cuticles. You also, what I'm going to try and do in my next video is use a detailer brush to get closer to that area to see if that helps prevent getting that product on my skin. So in one of my next videos when I'm using gel polish, I will try that out. And there I had a little piece of lint or hair in the polish, and I've actually stopped using my my table towels with the plastic backing because those things generate so much lint. So I've just been using regular paper towels, and they're cheaper, and I'm getting less lint in my when I do my nails. And also, if your polishes are on your table while you're filing, I like to dust those off before I start applying my application of my polish. I mean, in a nail room, it's lint everywhere, and it's kind of hard to avoid the lint and the dust. So those are just a couple of things that I've experienced lately, and things I do to avoid as much lint, dust, hair, anything in my polish while I'm applying it. I did cure each of these layers. I went in with two coats, 2 layers. I did cure each one for a minute. However, Madam Glam does suggest, again, 30 seconds in a UV LED lamp. I do have a UV LED lamp, but I still cured it for 60 seconds. If you just have a regular UV lamp, you have to cure everything for 2 minutes. So one thing that I did not experience again with this gel polish was the gel application. I did not experience any heat spikes, and that could be because I never applied the product directly to my natural nail. Maybe because I had that thin layer on there, that helps with the heat spikes. Also, I did go in with very thin layers of the builder gel in a bottle, so I didn't experience any heat spikes with this gel application. No heat spikes, and it didn't even get a little warm, so it was just normal applying these polishes. I'm not really sure if it's the product or the way that it was applied that prevented me from getting heat spikes. So just another thing that I wanted to mention. Also, I'm looking over my notes here, making sure that I've mentioned everything about the gel. I'm actually going to get into some stamping in a few seconds, so keep watching. Okay, so I have cured both layers of the gel. I am not adding the top coat yet. So what I'm doing is going in with a little bit of stamping. So the plate again is Born Pretty L043, and I wanted to use this because of the flowers, and the polish I'm using is Young Nails Caption polish. So this wipe that I'm using is it's acetone. So basically the part of the design that I did not want on the nail, I am removing it with acetone. You can directly remove that from the stamper before you put it on the nail with tape or what have you. However, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to just use the wipe. I'm using the same wipe to clean off my plate. And I've practiced stamping before, but I've not done it on my nails on camera before. So you can see here that I was having a little trouble getting that color to pick up on the stamper, and I did have to try it a few times before I finally got it. I am new to stamping, and I have watched a few videos on how to do it, and I'm kind of on the fence about it because the products that seem to work the best seem to be more expensive products. So I'm not really sure if there are a lot of inexpensive products that work good. Let me know in the comments below what stamping plates you guys use, what stamping polishes you guys use that are a little more affordable, that work pretty good. I do have a few plates from Young Nails, some from Born Pretty, and some other random plates that I've played with, but just let me know in the comments below what stamping combination works best for you. Yeah, again, you can see it did take a few tries to get that that rose or flower, I don't know what kind of flower that is, to get that to transfer onto the nails, and it still wasn't perfect, but I didn't want to keep trying. I was just like, okay, this is as good as it's gonna get, and I just kind of moved on. I'm not really going anywhere for the next few weeks. We're all stuck in the house, so no one's really gonna see these nails besides you guys. But it's also, you know, my channel really isn't about perfection. It's kind of like trial and error. Watch my growth, opening myself up when I ask for tips, definitely. But yeah, any stamping products you guys like that work really well, definitely let me know. So now I'm going in with the builder gel in a bottle to secure my rhinestones, and I put entirely too much, but that's okay. What I'm doing here is I applied it where I'm going to apply the rhinestones, and then I just went in immediately with the top coat. I wouldn't suggest this process with the builder gel in a bottle. It kind of seemed like it was going to start wrinkling, so I would just do the builder gel in the bottle, secure the stones, and then go in with the top coat. These stones are just random stones that I got from AliExpress. I don't recall what store or anything like that. I really did like the color of the stones. I don't know, is it me, or I prefer to have my stones separated by size, because some of the sizes are so similar, and then when you put it on the nail you realize, oh no, that's not the size that I wanted. So I kind of prefer my stones separated by size. I don't know, what do you guys think? What is your preference? Do you care if your sizes are all mixed up, or do you prefer them separated? So again, I'm going in on the thumb, adding some more rhinestones, and don't worry about the polish that's on the sidewalls or the cuticle area, I will clean that up before my final picture. And again, the way that I clean that up, if I don't get everything off before curing, is I do wash my hands a few times. I apply my cuticle oil, and then it softens up the skin, and then it does peel off. If it's something that's not peeling off, I just leave it and then just let it eventually peel off in a day or so. You don't want to try and remove that when your skin's extremely dry, because you can cut yourself. You can end up with an infection or something. So if you weren't able to get that clean application, just try and remove it when the skin is soft. Other than that, just give it a day or two. So yeah, just applying these rhinestones here. I don't really have any more to add. I used that blue to bring out the blue of the flower on the other nail. Just playing with some designs. I'm still tapping into my creativity, trying to figure out cute stone placements, but I really do think this set was cute. I realized later that after I top coated and cured everything, I realized later that that pinky looked a little bare, so I just went in and added a strip of the builder gel in a bottle, and then some stones, and then I top coated it again. The thing about adding the builder gel in the bottle, you want to be careful because you're not adding too much bulk to the nail, especially since these nails are already short and they're already a little stubby. So you just want to be careful that you're not adding too much product to the nail or what have you. So I did add the stones, and oh, that was me adding the top coat. You'll see me add, yes, there, me adding the stones to that pinky nail. It was a little plain. If I could change anything about this design, I probably would only do one flower nail on this hand. I did do my right hand and only did one flower nail, and then I ended up leaving the middle finger bare on that hand. But yeah, so overall this was the gel overlay and design took about an hour. So it's a quick process, easy to file. I do like this product. I'm going to keep this on for probably about a week or so, and then check back in the comments to see how that builder gel in a bottle wore, if there was any lifting or anything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm going to clean up the sidewalls and cuticle areas before I take my final pictures. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys back for another video soon. Thanks again for watching.